Can you cook? You got the skills, you got the look. Believe in yourself. Frytol Enriching Lives. Frytol Enriching Lives. Wanna be a star. Frytol Enriching Lives. Wanna own a business. Frytol Enriching Lives. Climb to the top. Frytol Enriching Lives.
Hello and a very warm welcome to all our viewers. My name is Julia Appiah. This is the maiden edition of the Frytol Enriching Life cooking reality TV show. This exciting program is brought to you by Frytol. Frytol cooking oil is the flagship product of Wilmar Africa Limited. This show promises to be exciting, entertaining, and very, very educative every step of the way. This show will make you laugh and will actually make you cry at times. Frytol is on a search to unearth great talent in cooking and entrepreneurship. This is a cause that must be applauded. This is a venture that seeks to empower and create employment amongst the youth. This is a great venture, and to that we say, Wilmar Africa, Ayiko. Auditions were held across the country. We had the Southern Zone auditions held in Accra, the Middle Zone auditions in Kumasi, and of course, the Northern Zone held in Tamale. We had aspiring contestants trooping in their hundreds, all in search of becoming the first ever Frytol Enriching Lives cooking champion. The prize? A 100,000 Ghana cedis business investment. Yes, you heard me right. A 100,000 Ghana cedis life-changing business investment, all for that individual that comes out as the winner. This cause is a very laudable one. The auditions that we held had 3 distinct segments. We had the Know Your Ingredients session, the questions and answers on entrepreneurial skills, and of course, a practical cooking session to test their skills in the kitchen. We shall show you a little bit of those auditions. But before then, I'd like to introduce you to my very first guest. This lady is the Senior Brands Manager for Frytol, Eva Injero. Eva has been instrumental to the success of the biggest TV reality cooking show, Frytol Enriching Lives. Eva, you're welcome.
Thank you, Julia. I'm excited to be here today.
It's lovely to have you.
Thank you.
So Frytol Enriching Lives, it is such a big project.
I know.
What brought it on?
Well, first, Julia, I would like to remind the viewers that this is going to be the biggest reality cooking show. And the essence of this show is Frytol is a household name across many homes, has been used in many generations now. So this isn't just about Frytol cooking oil. This is Frytol going the extra mile. It is Frytol touching the hearts, the minds, and the lives of our consumers.
Wow.
So what we decided to do is to create this show for anyone with a passion for cooking or being in the culinary business and they do not have the means to do it. So this is where we come in as Frytol, where we say come and compete, and then we can support you and train you to really start your business dream. So this is really the essence of the show. Now, another thing why we decided to do this show. So you know, you and I, some people love to cook, some don't know how to cook, some are looking for ways of making new things. So this is the reason why we created this show as a display of culinary skills, where we can learn new and innovative ways, new recipes, new kitchen hacks, new ways of doing things. So this is the reason why we decided to create this show. So it can be educating. You can learn a few things. For instance, Ghanaian dishes. How could you make them simpler? How could you plate them? So I think this is going to be very interesting because you will learn quite a lot from this show. And this is why we decided to do this show. To educate, to entertain, and most importantly, to change the lives of our consumers.
Well, talking about changing the lives of our consumers.
Yes.
100,000 Ghana cedis. Wow, you're not starting small. You've gone straight.
Not at all. And that is why I said in the beginning, this is going to be the biggest reality cooking show. So if we were doing that, then of course it's 100,000 Ghana cedis.
Wow.
We are going big because Frytol is big.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, you've heard it all. The Frytol Enriching Lives cooking reality TV show, the biggest you can find on our screens. Well, now you've heard it all from Eva. But to help us to select the best, it was only natural for us to engage the very best when it comes to the culinary arts business. But before then, we'll just go on a short commercial break. Don't go away.
So don't forget your onions, but most importantly, choosing the right oil makes all the difference. That is why I always choose Frytol.
So what's the story behind Frytol?
At Wilma, where Frytol is made, each and every worker wakes up with you in mind.
Really?
And for the millions of other homes too. There, the experts ensure every bottle of Frytol is rich with great taste that creates memories to last their lifetime. That is why I add required amounts of Frytol to taste. Frytol is a cholesterol-free oil fortified with vitamin A.
Now I know why you cook with Frytol.
Yes, and it's the choice of cooking oil in millions of other homes.
Yes, Dad.
Enjoy great tasting meals with Frytol, a cholesterol-free cooking oil fortified with vitamin A. Frytol, love your food, love your life.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Welcome back. Before we meet our lead chef, let's just take a look at this short video. Stay tuned.
Joe Wilson Tete is my name. I'm 4 of 5 siblings. Originally from a Christian home, I believe that everything I do is inspired by God, and it is what has been deposited in me that I also display. So there's nothing in me that is of myself, but what God has deposited in me. But I think it was triggered by my mom. She was a home science teacher. And then, they had this recipe book she left on a bookshelf. And being an introvert, I was always indoors. And when everybody was out of home, these were the books that I found myself reading and going through them. And anytime I saw a recipe that looked interesting and I thought I could get the ingredients around home, I find myself trying them. And where I couldn't get a particular ingredient, I tried replacing them, finding something else to substitute them, and that is how my passion developed. After secondary school, I wanted to continue and do catering, but my father was like, no, he would not allow me to do that. For a simple reason, that was then when people thought to cook, you should be a dropout, you should not be brilliant, you are dull in head, and 2, it is a profession for women and not guys. But now we can see that the trend has changed completely. Now it's like a terrain for guys and the women are finding their way into it. Through that, I gradually went to school, had passion to do things on my own, started cooking and selling and baking for friends and family. And then the business kept growing and growing to where I am now. I've been practicing for 25 years. In this 25 years, I think I have done a lot apart from just cooking. And my cooking too has been for mainly contract catering, what in our Ghanaian parlance we call orders. I do convention catering. I do a lot more consultation. Not consulting just for culinary purposes, but for complete hotel operations. After I have done the infrastructure, the machinery and equipment, then I develop standards of operations for all the various departments, even accounting departments. I developed the standard of operation. They might be better accountants than I am, but for our industry, I know the expectation. I know what we need to make it functional, because we are selling an intangible. And so we put value on the feel, the emotion that the guest gets and walks away with. Our contestants in this competition, expectation is that if up till now, you have not gotten yourself abreast with the science and art of cooking, please make a decision and advise yourself. Call the producers, organizers, and say, you are out before I kick you out. Apart from cooking well, having the appreciation for the science and art of it, we, in our parlance, we say our plating or presentation is our packaging. It is an intangible in a way, because after the client has eaten and has left your premise, they don't go with the food to go and show, this is the food I bought. Like you go with a phone and from the shop you say, this is a phone I bought to show friends. You go with a feel and an emotion. And the presentation is the one that attracts you to the meal. And once the eyes see a good plated meal, then the digestive juices will start secreting. So I expect that every contestant that is coming in should come in with expectation to win the coveted money, 100 good thousand. And when you come in, show me that you really can manage business. To come into a competition that has this coveted 100,000 Ghana cedi for an award, then you should know yourself. You should know who you are. You should know exactly what you want to do. We say catering is the art and science of cooking. You should understand every single ingredient, how they bind with each other scientifically and artistically. You should understand the cooking methods. If you employ a particular one, dry cooking or moist cooking, the effect that it will have on that particular ingredient. If you don't understand these things and you get in the kitchen, and these are ingredients sitting before you, don't know how the ingredients react with each other, you make a mess of yourself. And when you make that mess of yourself, my expectation is not for any contestants to come into the kitchen and produce a horribly pathetic meal and expect me to taste this food. I'm sorry, you will be out of the competition.
You're welcome to the show, Chef Joe.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Always a pleasure to see you.
I love it to be with you too.
Now, Chef, watching that video made me hungry. Eva, I don't know about you.
Absolutely. I can't wait to eat something.
I guess we have to hurry up from here.
I know.
And then we quickly go whip something up for you.
Quickly.
Yeah, we have to.
But Chef, you don't just garnish your plates, you garnish yourself as well.
You know, in life, everything we do, the presentation, the appeal is very important.
Right.
And so when I leave the kitchen, out of the jackets and all the aprons and those, you need to look presentable. You look normal. You should be one of the normal people. And so probably that informs why I look like that. But I love it to be in everything. I want to see a piece of something African in there. And
Nice.
probably that is why.
But you do it well.
Thank you.
You do it really well.
Thank you very much.
So, Chef, Frytol Enriching Lives. What do you think about this venture?
I think from time immemorial, being on shows like these, I have watched a few of them. I have watched it. And in Ghana, I have to say that this is, if not is already, it's going to be the biggest. Why do I say it's going to be the biggest? In that it's not just coming to the kitchen to cook and then an award is given to go. But here, we are completely and holistically grooming the contestants. So even if you do not become the ultimate winner, you leave the kitchen not the way you came. You come into the kitchen as a novice, probably just with a passion.
Indeed.
But by the time you're leaving, you are a professional cook. Yes, and that is one passion that I think this program is bringing across that I'm excited to be identified with.
So
Sure.
there you have it, Eva, the biggest cooking
reality cooking show. I told you.
Indeed. Chef, what are your expectations? I mean, you're a very accomplished chef.
Thank you.
In this industry, and for anybody to win this amount as a form of business investment, what would you say is the most important attribute?
The attributes are numerous, but I think I need to just mention a few of them. One, you can't be a good chef if you can't organize your kitchen, if you can't organize yourself, you can't organize your ingredients, and even organize your thoughts. So organizational skill is prime. Two, it is a highly stressful environment and you should be able to withstand that. The contestants should be able to withstand the stress in the kitchen because it is a perishable demand. Your customer says, I want a meal, and if you don't deliver within that time, you have the option to go for the other person. If assuming, even in the same facility, I want a meal, I'm time bound, and the meal is delayed, I can drink something and get the satiety and walk out and leave the meal. So it is a highly stressful environment, and I expect them to appreciate that, ability to withstand that, notwithstanding creativity. Just like you said, the finest,
Right.
you see, you can't just cook food and put it on a plate and just put it. Probably is one of the reasons why African food is not selling as we should sell in the world.
Yeah.
But probably by the time we finish Enriching Lives, the first season, we should see African food as something that can be taken into the world and it should be accepted. Then the ability to the fine-tuning of the detail.
I think that is what we lack most of the time.
These are the things that...
The finishing touches.
Thank you.
For most things, you know, so I think with you on board as our lead judge, we can ensure that the meals that are presented are of a high standard.
We pray so. We pray that the contestants will be willing to learn, because I'm willing to impact.
Well, for 100,000 Ghana cedis, chef, I'm sure the contestants will be willing to take instructions and toe the line.
Definitely.
I'm very sure of that.
They will.
So there you have it. You're watching the biggest cooking reality TV show, Frytol Enriching Lives, brought to you by Frytol. Let's go over and see what Nanama Ejewa has for us at the first stage of the Accra auditions. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Accra. My name is Nana Mejewa and I'm here at the Makola Market, a vibrant, bustling market. Accra is Ghana's most populated city and boasts of glittering beaches, monumental buildings, libraries, galleries, museums, traditional markets, and of course, a lively nightlife. Accra's architecture reflects its colonial history, with 17th century castles standing alongside modern skyscrapers, a melting pot of cultures. Accra has an estimated urban population of 2.5 million people. Wow! Accra is home to the Gans, and the Gan language is the most common language spoken in Accra. The food the Gans enjoy most is kenke, which is called komi if you're Gan, and dokono if you're an Akan. One helebo awa to Kembaga. Hello everyone. As you can see, I'm super excited because guess what? We are finally here at the Accra Technical University and oh my goodness, what an atmosphere it is here today. Lots of hopefuls have come out in their numbers with the hopes to impress our judges in order for them to secure a spot in the next stage of the competition.
From Audomi Estate, and I'm 22 years. Pacho medically nanuni. Me 55 years. I'm not a chef, but I like cooking. Yeah, cooking is like my hobby.
The passion for cooking, they say, starts with respect for the ingredients. Of course, you will agree with me that if you are that much of a great cook, you must know your ingredients and know it very well. Well, I welcome you to this segment of the show called Know Your Ingredients. So here's the catch. Each contestant comes on stage, picks an ingredient, and then they get to answer questions based on what ingredients they choose. It's that simple. I am so ready. If you're ready, let's have contestant number one.
Please, it's a vegetable.
What vegetable is it?
Beetroot.
What would you use it for?
Mostly it's used for salad and also for juice, for smoothie.
Is the fruit the odd one? Why?
Because it's classified as vegetables.
There are 3 items, and I say the fruit is the odd one. True or false? Simply.
Oh.
Thank you. Jonathan, there are 3 items on your plate. Which one is odd amongst the 3?
This one is the odd one.
And what is it?
The red millet.
Red millet?
Yes.
What can you use red millet for?
I use it for what we call, it's kind of a drink. The millet drink, I use it for doing something.
Thank you very much, Jonathan, for passing. You have an ingredient on your plate.
Yes.
I don't know what it is. You have to tell me what it is. So you have any method you want to use, whether you want to feel it, smell it, taste it, tell me what is on your plate. What flour? Bean flour. Are you sure of that? Mention the name.
Guinea corn. This one.
What makes it a guinea corn?
It's corn. You could use it to prepare them.
And the category you put that will be in the food?
In grains.
Grains.
Yes.
Thank you, Salome, for passing through.
Hello, can you please tell us your name? Yasapuma Kwapa. Yasapuma, you're very much welcome. Thank you. So on your left, we have 3 ingredients. Pick one ingredient of your choice and then show it to the judges. They will ask you questions based on the ingredients you chose. So go ahead. Oh. Feel free to smell it, chew it, taste it, whatever it is that will help you with your answer.
Okay, so, yeah. What vegetable are you holding?
I'm not too sure. I am probably thinking ayoyo, but I'm not sure. I'm not too sure.
You're not sure?
No.
Okay, however, what dish do you think this vegetable is used as a main ingredient?
Well, I think I'm not really sure what vegetable it is, so, but it's a leaf, so maybe some soup or stew or some sauces or probably for marinating. David, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so as you got here and saw the crowd, lots of people vying for the same position as you are, how does that make you feel?
I feel nervous, very nervous.
Yours will be a work plan with swag.
Yeah.
A work plan with a fancy touch.
I bet swag.
Okay, sure. You know the prize package, right? 100,000. 100,000 Ghana is worth of goodies.
It is a privilege having you, and it is no mean thing to gather the courage to come here and be part of this program. Nevertheless, we can't take all of you into the end or the final scene. We have to get some of you out. I'm going to segregate you into 2 groups. One will be up, one will be down, but you don't know whether the down closer to the gate are going home or those up are going close to the end of the program. Number 0, 1, 2. Zero, 1, 7. 0, 2, 2. 1, 4, 2. 0, 8, 4. 0, 4, 2. 0, 3, 1. 0, 4, 0. 0, 1, 4. 0, 8, 3. 0, 5, 3. 0, 7, 9. 0, 5, 6. 0, 2, 0 is the next. 1, 7, 4. 2, 3, 3. Sorry. 0, 3, 3. The next batch. 0, 2, 5. 1, 7, 4. 1, 7, 4. 0, 3, 3. 0, 5, 1. 0, 3, 3. Come down. 0, 5, 1. Those of you on the stage, we are very privileged to have you. But unfortunately, you have been evicted.
So don't forget your onions, but most importantly, choosing the right oil makes all the difference. That is why I always choose Frytol.
So what's the story behind Frytol?
At Wilma, where Frytol is made, each and every worker wakes up with you in mind.
Really?
And for the millions of other homes too. There, the experts ensure every bottle of Frytol is rich with great tastes that creates memories to last their lifetime. That is why I add required amounts of Frytol to taste. Frytol is a cholesterol-free oil fortified with vitamin A.
Now I know why you cook with Frytol.
Yes, and it's the choice of cooking oil in millions of other homes.
Yes, Dad.
Enjoy great tasting meals with Frytol, a cholesterol-free cooking oil fortified with vitamin A. Frytol, love your food, love your life.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Welcome to Ghana's premier city center beach resort, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. Hugging the shores of the Atlantic, La Palm is located inside 30 acres of lush lawns and landscape gardens. From the moment you step through our doors, you are sure to be inspired by the unique design and facilities of La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. La Palm Royal Beach Hotel exceeds your expectations with a perfect medley of great service and intriguing facilities with a unique Ghanaian touch. We look forward to your next visit. La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, uniquely golden, traditionally Ghanaian.
Welcome back. Chef, how do you rate the Accra auditions? The Know Your Ingredients session of the Accra auditions?
Generally, the auditions were good. When you talk of demographics, you find very elderly persons coming in. You remember those? I don't know if you watched the video. There was a very elderly woman who said she was a distributor. And for that matter, she's been distributing Frytol oil for several years. And so she wants to cook. I thought, she asked, I was like, oh, is that all? And then there were very young people also. There were professionals. There were just people who were just passionate about cooking. So it was a broad spectrum of people who have interest and passion for food who came there. I thought that was a positive thing for Frytol, because people who really love the brand, who have known the brand, will say, if it's the brand, we're following it to go do it. Notwithstanding, when we got to the Know Your Ingredient, some of the responses were very interesting though, because I remember somebody who was giving a particular flour. You know, we're giving 3 types of flour to identify. And you could see that he could see what it was. And it was like, wait, then you smell. Then, so I even coined something up to say that, okay, now you can feel it, you can rub it, you can taste it, anything you want to do, you can, I nearly even said, I'll give you a stove to cook it to see what exactly it is. But it was an interesting time.
Honestly, it was a tough one, because even me watching that, I mean, there's so many things that I've learned. I mean, so many things that I realized I didn't even know when it comes to ingredients.
And that makes the chef. Exactly, because when you're in the kitchen, there might be a mistake somebody might have done, probably in labeling. Or you always know that this is where my wheat flour is and my corn flour is here. And you go mistakenly, somebody has switched them. Now there is up to you as the final producer or user of it to identify it. And so what are some of the qualities? And that's why I would say for a chef, all your senses should be at play. The eye, the nose, the feel, the taste, everything. And so once you're able to identify an ingredient that way, you're on the way to becoming a pro chef.
Very interesting. So. Eva, did you like the kind of people that came up for the audition?
To be fair, I was quite impressed. Very, very impressed. I think the final selection was pretty good. A lot of potential. So like I said, I think it will be something quite exciting that we can learn from them. Yes, definitely.
The first of its kind, eh?
Definitely.
This reality show is making sure that we are, you know, searching for the very, very best.
Very best,
Exactly.
What would you say? How important is it for chefs or cooks in general to know their ingredients?
It is like a medical officer who is administering a treatment to a diagnosis and says, I don't know this medication and yet I'm administering it. You are going to kill people. And so for me, if you want to be a chef, how can you cook without knowing your ingredient?
But
you don't know the oil. You don't know its characteristics. How, when heat is applied to it, what it does, how it behaves. And so when you are thinking of creating a recipe, you have to know the ingredients. I want to bind something, and I have to know an ingredient that can give me that binding effect. So these are some of the little things that know your ingredients brings across as a chef. You have to. You have to know.
For me, what I'm learning from all of this is the importance of the culinary arts. For so many years, cooking is seen as something that can be done by anybody. You don't have to have any formal training. But from what you're describing, there are some very important things that, as a good chef, you need to know. You know, to be effective.
Sure. Probably not necessarily the formal training, but where you have the passion, you have the traits, you have the love for it. Probably these days you can even go online and you can Google tutorials and you can learn a lot. There are 1,001 ways for learning, and that's why the composition of our contestants is so exciting to me. We have people who are professional chefs and people who are just passionate about cooking.
Very interesting.
And this mix up.
Very
And yet when we get into the cooking during the auditions, you can see some of them who you can see that even the passionate ones who are not professionals are displaying certain skills that you can say that it might be a tough terrain.
Wow, really interesting. Well, let's go over to Kumasi and see how they did with the Know Your Ingredients section.
Today, I'm in Ashanti Region's capital, Kumasi. My name is Nana Mejewa, and I'm here at the vibrant and bustling Kejetia market, which is right in the heart of Kumasi, one of West Africa's largest open-air markets. Kumasi is Ghana's second most densely populated city, and it boasts magnificent tourist attractions, such as the Menchia Palace, the Kumasi Fort and Military Museum, Prempeh II Jubilee Museum, Lake Busumtree Cultural Center, and many more. Kumasi's architecture reflects its name, the Garden City, because of the many beautiful species of flowers and plants it possesses. It is also known as Osei Krom and is the second largest after the capital, Accra. Kumasi has a population of over 1.5 million people, which, by the way, does not include unborn babies. Kumasi is home for the Ashantis, and Twi is the widely spoken language here. The food the Ashantis enjoy most is fufu and any soup or meat of your choice. Ampesie and kontomire abomu, mpoto, eto, which is also known as mashed plantain. My personal favorite, though, is ampesie and kontomire abomu. Me mamu nyina akwaba eba Osei Krom Kumasi. We are finally here at the Kumasi Technical University, and as usual, the Ashantis didn't disappoint. They have showed up and turned up in their numbers. All right, so I have with me here a very gorgeous woman, Ma'am Pacho Ubebo Diatre.
Pacho, Miss Akuma.
Madam Mercy Akuma. I address Auntie then I just say Tree no young conqua. Madam Mercy, Nampacha na paid ye. And then I do a bit PMO has a.
That's Semenya Quenya. Me patronate announcement to be. So, a Janibia will me be a bit Maya. By me, a GT Semit Maya. Bit me, I know I and it's my divide. Tina Bahana pay. To Bahana pay, and I just said, Yan and one Tina by Frytol Enriching Lives, and no Tina by. Me patro you. Na patro buy na we share atmosphere ni environment. So share nkofo dodo e wa ha. Na we share omo a, we share ubetimi aye. Betimi aye pa.
Betimi aye asen omo. Ene me pelvim no. Welcome to this segment of the show called Know Your Ingredients. Of course, if you can cook, you should know the ingredients that you cook with, right? Yes, so here's how this stage works. Each contestant that is invited on stage gets to choose an ingredient and then answer the questions based on the ingredients that they choose. Sounds easy, right? But trust me, it's not as easy as it sounds. If my first contestant is ready, please join me on stage.
I know it to be, it grows on top of the onion, so it could be used in preparing salad and like stew, other dishes. So it's the upper part of an onion.
Actually, we name
it. Okay. You know, Argentina, we pese Frytol Enriching Lives. Again, show in France, we audition.
Me buy Frytol Enriching Lives audition. Main purpose is say, mbabe contest, na ma advertise product of Frytol. Aside that, you know, me there actually say audition as a competition na me ba no. Definitely say nkunimde ba, nkunimde na chi no, kwan be na do ma ba be fa so. And I'm saying nkunimde na madi no. Nti me so me obi a ma fantity mu ewo dwadie mu kakra. Anti o mi trim say me nya kwanya bi na say mpanyimfo me modern wo so mo na say mu yimi a. Me de nyansa manya no suapon mu no e betoto ho na ma yesu sa agotire da dwumade enu so no de ahye mablabo mu kina.
From my experience, no, I work kitchen, outside the kitchen, I think I can do something better.
The reason why I'm saying it's not usual is that these two, the garlic and the ginger, we usually use them.
I've taken beans.
Any specific name?
What the name I've known for this is big beans.
It smells so much like coconut powder.
And what is coconut powder made of?
It's made from dried cassava.
So tell me, apart from the coconut meal, how would Georgina, assuming you win this money, set up a restaurant or an eatery, how would you use coconut powder to prepare any other dish aside coconut?
I would mix it with my toza flour for TZ.
We're looking at bringing in some new dishes that is like earlier on I mentioned, and then also a bit of African touch though.
It has always been my dream to be an African chef, even from infancy.
Courage. I believe in myself, say I'm a better cook. That's why I'm here.
Prince is a wonderful person.
Okay.
I love cooking.
You love to cook.
So don't forget your onions, but most importantly, choosing the right oil makes all the difference. That is why I always choose Frytol.
So what's the story behind Frytol?
At Wilma, where Frytol is made, each and every worker wakes up with you in mind.
Really?
And for the millions of other homes too. There, the experts ensure every bottle of Frytol is rich with great tastes that creates memories to last their lifetime. That is why I add required amounts of Frytol to taste. Frytol is a cholesterol-free oil fortified with vitamin A.
Now I know why you cook with Frytol.
Yes, and it's the choice of cooking oil in millions of other homes.
Yes, Dad.
Enjoy great tasting meals with Frytol, a cholesterol-free cooking oil fortified with vitamin A. Frytol, love your food, love your life.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Welcome back. Wow. There seemed to be so much energy in those contestants.
A lot.
How did you rate them, Chef?
For rating, it depends on the individual contestant that came in, but I remember a few of them that I think are memorable. There was one gentleman who you could see was like, if I don't get into this competition, the world has to cease. Everything has to come to a close. And he had so much energy. And he was trying to explain the business question on who an entrepreneur is. We tried to bring him to speak it in the vernacular, in the tree, and he said no, he wanted to say it in English. Probably he thought that was like cutting edge for him. But I thought once you're able to explain it in your own language, then it means you have an in-depth understanding of it, rather than saying it in an English language. Because it could be a memorization, you've memorized and you're pouring out to me.
Yes.
But this guy was so much energetic, and if you see his actions on stage, I wish I could, but I don't have that much energy. He was so much energetic. But then the information he was bringing out, if it had been just the energy we were looking at, he would have been in the competition. But the information he was bringing out, notwithstanding when it was Know Your Ingredients section, he didn't perform too well. And then when we went to he didn't even make it into the kitchen. So these two segments, he didn't do so well, and that was the reason. But I wish there would be an opportunity, probably in future. I was saying that probably the outcomes of this program, there'll be an opportunity to get some of those people and then bring them up to also with some training, because you could see that the passion is deeply seated.
Definitely. You could see that people came to win.
Definitely.
They came to win. They didn't come to be turned away. So they put all their energies into this segment. I must say I was quite impressed with some of the answers that they gave you.
Sure.
Because as I said earlier, most of these ingredients I didn't realize the differences in them. Wow. Eva, what did you think about Kumasi?
For me, I think we take know your ingredients for granted.
True.
That came out quite strongly. I mean, I even questioned myself at some point. Do I know it? Do I not?
Yeah.
So it's the basic things we think that we know and do it in the kitchen that we actually don't know. So for me, it was quite revealing. Very revealing as well. Yeah.
So in all, Chef, in terms of what we're looking for, do you think that we can get a selection from the people that turned up for this Kumasi audition?
Yes, yes, I think so. In that, because if you see the qualities that you're looking at, the organization, because people even go there were seated when we were just setting up. They were ready for us. And so you could see somebody who is passionate, who is organized. They left their homes and come there. So you can see that is a chef. Leave early, get to your kitchen, wait till it's ready, or set up proper till it's ready. You can see other traits in them. And so, and for creativity, for someone to come and stand there and take an ingredient, and then we just think aloud, because they're thinking so loud, and then we'll rub it, and then somebody will taste it. You can see that, hey, these are people who are very adventurous, and these are some of the traits that we're looking at, and definitely we will get some of them out of it. Sure.
Wow, this is getting really competitive. Let's go over and see what happened in Tamale for the Know Your Ingredients segment. Stay tuned.
Tamale, officially known as Tamale Metropolitan Area, is the capital city of the northern region, and it has been voted the cleanest city in Ghana for 3 consecutive times by the Ghana Tourist Board. Way to go, Tamale. Behind me is the Tamale Central Mosque, and this has been open to believers of the Islamic faith for over 150 years. Now, in a region where several religions such as Christianity, traditional Ghanaian belief, and Islamic all coincide, conflict would seem inevitable. However, there's little to no conflict. Each religion tolerates each other and lives peacefully. Northern region boasts of many historic sites such as the Mole National Park, the Salaga Slave Market, the Mystic Stone, and many more. Dagbani is the most widely spoken language, although there are so many languages spoken in the region. Tuozafi, popularly known as TZ, is the most common dish in the area. It is made from cooked maize dough. It can also be eaten with okra and groundnut soup. Now let me go enjoy some TZs before audition starts. It is said that great ingredients make great food. Now, talking about ingredients, welcome to this segment of the show called Know Your Ingredients, where each contestant that comes on stage will be asked questions based on the ingredients that they choose. It's that simple. So if my first contestant is ready, please join me here.
What ingredient is on the plate?
Ginger.
And would you call it a fruit, a herb, or a spice?
A herb.
Guinea corn.
Guinea corn.
Yes, please.
My name is Constance.
And where are you coming from?
My name is Azara.
Azara.
Yes.
It's Frytol Enriching Lives cooking competition. Do you believe you can cook?
Yes, I believe I can cook. I'm coming from URC, from Basic District in the Upper East region. I am 59 years old.
Wow. Wow, that's lovely. Congratulations.
Thank you.
For coming up to contest for this show. So what do you have on your plate, please?
This is corn flour. Yes, you can smell it.
You can smell it.
You can taste it. You can feel it. Anything you want to do with it to identify it, you have the right to do so.
Please, that's cassava flour. Please tell us your name, your age, and then where you came from.
Please, my name is Huzaima, and then I'm 27 from Tamale.
Oh, I think I'm the best.
You are the best?
Yeah.
Oh, I like your confidence. That's nice. He's the best among the rest, even though he doesn't know what the others have up their sleeve.
One reason why I'll add this to my meal is to get the nutritional value.
What nutrients will you get from it, Rafia, too?
I'll get protein.
Protein.
From it.
Please, what gave you the confidence today to come out to audition for this competition?
Actually, I studied hotel catering and institutional management. That's why I had the courage to at least come and then take part in the fight.
So that means you have a little leverage over them. How long have you been cooking for?
For over 5 years now.
5 years. Kaula.
I love it. My name is Delia.
Delia.
Yes.
Oh, such a beautiful name. What does it mean?
It means blessing.
You're welcome to Frytol Enriching Lives cooking competition. You haven't been through yet.
Yes.
But you need to cross like 3 rivers. There's one stage, another stage, and then another stage before you can make it to the final selection. How confident are you that you'll be able to pass through these stages?
I know with the help of God and with the little I know, I can pass through this.
So don't forget your onions, but most importantly, choosing the right oil makes all the difference. That is why I always choose Frytol.
So what's the story behind Frytol?
At Wilma, where Frytol is made, each and every worker wakes up with you in mind.
Really?
And for the millions of other homes too. There, the experts ensure every bottle of Frytol is rich with great tastes that creates memories to last their lifetime. That is why I add required amounts of Frytol to taste. Frytol is a cholesterol-free oil fortified with vitamin A.
Now I know why you cook with Frytol.
Yes, and it's the choice of cooking oil in millions of other homes.
Yes, Dad.
Enjoy great tasting meals with Frytol, a cholesterol-free cooking oil fortified with vitamin A. Frytol, love your food, love your life.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Welcome to Ghana's premier city center beach resort, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. Hugging the shores of the Atlantic, La Palm is located inside 30 acres of lush lawns and landscape gardens. From the moment you step through our doors, you are sure to be inspired by the unique design and facilities of La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. Exceed your expectations with a perfect medley of great service and intriguing facilities with a unique Ghanaian touch. We look forward to your next visit. La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. Uniquely golden, traditionally Ghanaian.
Wow, really interesting. Chef, we had a 55-year-old woman compete in Tamale.
Yes. That tells you that this program is one that nobody wants to let go. And if you look at the award in it, the ultimate award is not just take the money, go spend it the way you want. Because if you look at all of them, when we go to the business section, they were all like, I want that money to go into this business. You remember, I think she said she wanted to go into, she had a restaurant, she wanted to expand it. And she was into, I think, TZ and some specialty. And she wants to expand that. But you know the interesting bit of it? It is when we have finished the auditions that we were closing and packing up that I got to know that she is a lecturer, probably the school. Some of her students were there. She herself came in there also. So you see, when you have a good program, people, notwithstanding their stature, would always want to contest. Like I've been telling you always that I wish I'm a contestant in here. Because
I know.
That's a beautiful
I had to beg Chef to be the judge. He said, I want to be a contestant.
He actually said that, Eva, I want to be the contestant the next time. And I'm like, no, you'll be our lead judge.
Of course, who wouldn't?
Yes.
With an investment of this magnitude, it's great, it's wonderful. I was actually quite surprised at the number of males that turned up.
Yeah.
No, the profession of cooking has become a male-dominated one. And now, it used to be a female-dominated. When we were young, we wanted to enter, but now it has become a male-dominated one. And I looked at them, women are rather finding their way into it. severally you have people who are looking for chefs for their facilities and like, I want a guy, I want a male, I want a guy, I want a male.
Why do you think that is?
There is so much stress in the kitchen.
Wow.
The stress in the kitchen is unbearable at times.
And Chef, based on the people that turned up in all the 3 zones, males, females, how do you rate them against each other?
I think it is an equal playing turf because you can find certain males who projected themselves as, yes, we know what we are. And there are certain ladies also that said, no, whether I don't mind whether it's a male-dominated field, I am there and I have come to stay.
Right.
And so you could see the battle is going to be very interesting in this program. Yes, it's very beautiful. It's going to be. It's going to be.
Wow. Wow. Eva, what did you think across board? All the contestants, that came for the Know Your Ingredients.
Well, for me, especially for the northern side, I was quite surprised because we had a lot more males that won. So again, it tells us, like what Chef Joe has said, that there's a dynamic shift in it, and it's quite interesting to see it, that a lot more male chefs, male cooks, as opposed to females. But then again, it's a good mix, it's a good balance,
I think it's a wonderful thing that Frytol is doing because you're helping to hone the skills of people whose creativity would otherwise have gone unnoticed.
Definitely.
So for me, it's a great opportunity for the youth. Great opportunity. Great opportunity. You get to have training, a proper setup. I mean, this hasn't happened before. And I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, we're training them, we are mentoring them, and really just making sure that their dreams come true.
In a business.
Exactly.
That is the biggest one.
Biggest.
This is exciting. Well, so there you are. You've just witnessed the first part of our auditions in the southern, middle, and the northern zones. We've currently selected 30 people from each zone to go through to the next stage of the auditions. The questions and answers on entrepreneurial skills. Wow. All these contestants are up for the life-changing award of 100,000 Ghana cedis business investment, all brought to you by Frytol. But before we go, here is a sneak peek of what happened at the next stage of the auditions. But until we meet again, same time next week, it's bye-bye for now.
Next week on Frytol Enriching Lives. The auditions are already heating up.
Can you cook? You got the skills, you got the look.
This is the question and answer segment.
I'll analyze my business idea.
I'm going to have the Sobolo business.
I'll use it and open a restaurant.
There's skills of curiosity. I'm thinking of innovating and planting fried rice.
How?
An employee should be able to communicate with the customers, and then should be able to work with in a group of people.
The questions proved too tough for some to answer.
Judiciously.
I think that word judicially is...
Who will make it through? Who will fall apart and crash out of the competition?
Can you cook? You got the skills, you got the look. Believe in yourself. Frytol Enriching Lives. Frytol Enriching Lives. Wanna be a star. Frytol Enriching Lives. Wanna own a business. Frytol Enriching Lives. Climb to the top. Frytol Enriching Lives. Frytol Enriching Lives. Frytol Enriching Lives. Wanna be a star.